No! Ah, rip the run. I missed a power-up and I died. Oh, it's dead. Uh-oh. Oh no, am I gonna miss it? Is it gonna despawn? Oh, thank goodness. Although now I'm in trouble. Big trouble. No, I missed a power-up. Oh no. Life is unspeakably bad right now. I somehow managed to get a mustache hair in my mouth. And now it's stuck to my lip. And it's tickling me. Oh, there we go. Oh, that was a nightmare. Couldn't take my hand off my controller. I'm too stubborn to throw away a life for something as inconsequential as a mustache hair. If you just come in, my friends, let me tell you a little bit about the stream, I suppose. So I'm Frownie, of course. I stream several nights a week from around 10:30 p.m. Central Time, and we usually go for about 5 or 6 hours, sometimes a little longer, like tonight. I like to play games. I like to do first playthroughs of games, really blind. So kind of the way Eden plays them. I'm really stubborn, and I myself am not particularly clever, so so sometimes things go really wrong and I get lost and confused for a very long time, but that's all part of the fun, right? At other times I like to do challenge runs of some pretty brutally tough games like this and Super Ghouls and Ghosts. I haven't completed a lot of those challenges, but I have ambitions of doing a lot. And yeah, we NES to N64 is my real sweet spot when it comes to games, but we do go older with the Commodore and the Atari sometimes, and we do go newer with the Switch and the PlayStation 2 sometimes. And I'm a big fan of collecting. I'm kind of in a unusually fortunate situation of I have a pretty substantial physical collection of retro games, and so I stick to original hardware most of the time. We do play ports and digital copies of games from time to time, but as often as humanly possible, I try to stick to the original hardware and physical releases. For better or worse, there are definitely some drawbacks to doing things that way. Imagine Frownie doing signings. I shudder to think of the I shudder to think of the nightmare universe where my signature is worth anything. That'd be the worst of all possible timelines. Sorry I have to leave. Taking the kids shopping for new school clothes today. Right on. And no worries. Eden. Thank you again for the raid. I appreciate you, like I said, coming by and bringing your friends by. A friend of Eden's is a friend of mine. I hope that you I hope you have a wonderful shopping trip with the kids. So while I do have a no back seating tag on, one exception that we do make for that is if you see me if you see me skip a power up in the challenge, if I skip a power up and I don't seem to notice it, feel free to call me out on it because I would prefer to know I'd made a mistake rather than do a whole run and only find out when I rewatch the VOD that it was invalidated a few minutes in. It's stunningly easy. It's stunningly easy to start, you know, to get lost in daydreams and make mistakes like that. I wish it wasn't. You know, I had a really good pattern for fighting this boss standing right here close to it before, and I just cannot seem to pull that off any longer. So I run a timer during the challenge, but really that's just to keep me focused. I'm by no means a speedrunner. You know, we're going to be lucky if we finish it at double the world record time. I'm perfectly happy to take, you know, 2 hours on a single level if it keeps me alive and helps me avoid making mistakes. I'll go painfully slow if I have to. But the timer is a good way of like keeping my attention locked into the game, so we run that. But even if I had ambitions of you know, achieving a good time, one of the features of the way that I like to do challenges is I try very hard to avoid seeing anyone else's gameplay or learning anything about the strategies to a game that I'm working on, because I like to I really want to kind of work everything out for myself and do it all with casual strats. So I know, like, I have this I can feel in my heart that I know that the way I'm doing things is frequently very inefficient and sloppy, but I don't know, at the end of the day I feel a little bit happier with what I've achieved when I've worked everything out on my own. I have done the opposite I did at one time I did speed run the Castlevania The Adventure on Game Boy, and I did that. When I did that, I had the world record holder for that game, Mazin, was coaching me, basically walking me through step by step the entire game. So I have had the opposite experience, and there is something kind of fun about that too. Like one of the greatest the greatest thing about, you know, speedrunning is so many of the games have really supportive communities, and it's really awesome how, you know, the sort of the top tier players of these various games are very cooperative and encouraging to other people who play the games. And I really like that feature of speedrunning, but at the same time, it's the thing that's makes me incompatible with it, since I'm so stubborn and foolishly independent. Okay, that was good. Uh-oh. This might be bad. Alright, it's fine. We got everything. I think we got everything. I might need to roll the footage back there to be sure. I was playing greedy. I am amazed I didn't pay for it. I was surrounded by all those enemies there, and I was thinking, well, if I can just focus on the boss and take him out, all the other enemies will despawn. And really, I didn't deserve to survive that. I should have been way more cautious. That whole section is there may be a way to consistently go through there, but for me, it's just all RNG. Oh, it's horrible. Come on, don't let any of these guys get me. Run, run, run. Stage 7. This is the ugliest part of the run, not in terms of its difficulty necessarily, though it is a little difficult, but in terms of the way I execute things. There's right here in this area, there are 2 power-ups that spawn simultaneously, and the only way I've figured out to collect them both successfully is to grind everything to a halt and clear out a lot of space here. The difficulty is that I have to get them both with that laser weapon. It took me a very long time to figure that out. To figure out how to do that. Since I play on original hardware, all of my attempts are real time. Welcome in as that trained infant. Sorry, I can't see the chat really well. You're watching with sound off. What's going on with clearing out the green? Yeah, that's what I was just explaining, but I don't mind saying it again. Welcome to the stream, by the way. So yeah, in that area with the green, there are 2 power-ups that spawn simultaneously. And the only way I've figured out that I can reliably collect both of them is to clear out a lot of that green area. So that I have room to maneuver. Because the laser is so slow, if I don't clear out enough of that green area, they get away from me. At least one of the power-ups will get away from me. So it brings everything to a screeching halt, but so far it's the best thing I've worked out. I'm a stubborn fool who refuses to learn other people's strategies for playing games like this. So that leaves me stuck with what my own substandard mind can work out. It makes for a run that's really sloppy at times, but at least it's mine, right? If it works, it works, exactly. I'm a fan of the of striving for the barely functional. Here we are, last stage. Am I gonna trip at the finish line again? I might. Don't don't get too excited, my friends. Someday I may learn a speed run of some of these games just for fun. And like, I mean, learn it, you know, through like the sort of the research and studying other people's runs, sort of, you know, strategy properly, the way you should do it. Because I was saying I was saying before that like with the original Contra, I'm kind of at the point where that's the only thing really left to do with the game, since I've already done a lot of different sort of styles of challenge run through it. I really like, if I want to go further with it, I've pretty much taken the game as far as I can by myself. But we'll see. It's kind of disheartening to run games that are so popular and so well optimized. You know, not that I really have any serious ambitions for attaining a world record, but with a lot of games like this, it's so optimized that even getting close to it feels impossible. You know, and on the one hand, while, you know, really you should be doing it just to beat your own personal best and, you know, stuff like that. You know, be your own competition and that kind of thing. And you should, and there's nothing wrong with that. On the other hand, it's kind of disheartening to have your name on a leaderboard and see that you're in place number, like, 4,000. Victory! We did it! We've done it!